Oh, you're here. I guess welcome to day 12 of following Alex Hormozi's advice until I achieve still $100 at this point. It is becoming exhausting as I'm trying to figure out what works, and also I'm getting haunted by Alex. Like when I'm wasting time, he's like showing up in my imagination and like sitting in empty chairs, like judging me about like this. This is what you call the challenge, and I'm like, how do I escape the situation? And so that's the right subconscious seeding that I want, is start to look at my whole day and all the other actions through the lens of Alex. And it's with that we begin day 12, a day where I have to go to Friday prayer with Dad in about an hour. And then hopefully when I come back from there and lunch, then I can have a longer session. But more than that, I'm looking forward to heading back to my home office tomorrow. And then no more excuses of all this traveling stuff. And I really want to get serious about this because I feel ashamed of how it's been going. I'm grateful I started. I'm grateful I'm consistent. I'm grateful that I'm getting to show up every day, regardless of it being Alex Hormozi worthy. But I do want to make him proud and myself proud, and you, those of you that are watching. So thanks for sticking with me as I go through all of this world traveling to get to my place, my little bubble, where I can really start to hyper-focus and become the kind of person that Alex would salute. My wife just came to a sudden realization of why she doesn't have a Mercedes in the driveway. And then she started to analyze her income stream, which is over here. And she's like, wait a second.
It's your fault.
Why isn't he putting in enough hours? What's actually happening here? And I'm really grateful that she's paying attention, because teamwork makes the dream work. And I actually want to put in more hours. I'm trying to optimize my day, and you're a big part of clearing out as much as possible so that I can go out there and add the most amount of value and do something to create a win-win situation. So you were telling me about why it is that I'm not putting in more hours, because first it starts with the quantity of, am I putting in enough time towards making our dreams a reality? The car, the properties, the lands, the assets, the portfolios, and also your neck is looking kind of empty over there. Where's the Cartier? Or what's the other brand?
Honey, I don't want Cartier.
Not
Who said that?
Not I want that for her. I keep pushing that on her. We were at the airport, I think in Bangkok.
Yeah, and he was like dragging me to the store.
Let's go to Cartier. And
I wanted to run away, and he was dragging me to the store.
I was acting like like we could afford it.
It's not like we can't.
I know, but it makes no sense for us to do that when it's our
it's just
savings.
Yeah, just too much, I would say.
I was telling you yesterday about how my father worked 8-hour shifts on his feet at a gas station, dealing with not the easiest customers, which is already more than any amount of hours I put in on this challenge, or a lot more than my day-to-day input into being a full-time work-from-home digital entrepreneur. It feels wrong to even say that.
I was thinking about this, why he took the pause.
Yeah. No, because it's like you're saying that you're a bodybuilder and
there is no body.
There's no body. But he not only did that 8-hour shift, but he had like an hour in between where he might have got the chance to go home, change his clothes and have a meal, maybe take a shower, until he had to go to the second gas station for another 8-hour shift, again on his feet. And he did that for 17 years at one job and 22 years at another job. So he was telling us this over dinner yesterday, and I was just thinking, like, if he's able to do 8 hours on his feet, I'm at the comforts of working from home under great conditions, in my comfort with my environment.
Wife and cats.
Yeah, and you said something out of the blue that was something I was thinking about as well. Do you know what that was?
What?
About me shifting to an isolated place?
Yeah, I said we have a fucking very expensive apartment, like work studio.
Second apartment.
Work studio
Yeah.
and gym studio where you should live and eat and die
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And why you are at my apartment? What
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing with living room?
So yeah, whereas I'm taking one room out of the apartment we live in, literally there's an entire separate apartment that we've not even like entered
I
for
set
a
up
month.
the whole green screen that he never used.
There's a green
one
screen,
time.
there's a blackboard, there's a black screen, there's whole gym stuff, there's recording equipment, there's like 5 bathrooms, there's 4 bedrooms that is converted into different use cases.
You know, like my husband will always ask for something that we don't have. Like,
Yes.
and we
Like an
have-
ambitious man.
like a kid, like,
Yeah.
oh, mom, we don't have that. Can I get that? We don't have.
Yeah. What's not on the menu? I'll have that, please. So it's actually, bro, I'm getting so excited about like this kind of her realization of the things that I also want, because I want to see my output. I want to see what I can create. I feel that I have not only tremendous potential, but also that I need to capture that potential, like the golden goose that has a great caretaker around it that says, hey, hyper focus on just being in your zone to produce as many of the golden eggs. And it's not like, I want that for me. I want to live out my potential. So I'm excited to go back, get into that second apartment, and start to have the space to walk around, be in my isolation.
Yeah, and I will lend my cats to you.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that they can like help you not getting overstimulated.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man, like I'm so excited about like being in my own fortress of isolation and productivity, and like just having different rooms and tripods and setups ready, so that I can just produce. Look, it's been a very tough month, from my USA tour of Las Vegas to Miami,
New York.
and that was like 2 weeks journey. Came back for 2.5 days, went on another 2-week journey to Bangkok and Thailand and Bali, and then came back, and I think again within 2 to 3 days came to the village here
To meet our parents.
to be criticized by my parents about all the failure that I am, and not being what they hoped that I would
I think
be.
he married me just to have a supporter here.
Bro, yeah, you were like my advocate, like my lawyer.
Yeah, so what are you
my
talking?
my client would like to.
He's 100% guilty.
Yeah. So how are we gonna do this? Yeah.
Oh
So
my-
it's definitely the kind of place that humbles you. No one like your parents to put you in your place in the ground. So looking forward to seeing what I can do while they're still here, to show them all the success that they haven't seen, and of course you haven't truly seen to capture. I think I'm in many ways the before of Alex, and I feel like so many of us are feeling like our lives are the before, and the after is gonna come. The after, when we get our shit together, when we get disciplined, when we let go of all of our weaknesses and temptations and self-sabotage, and we get serious about life. And typically we have to wait for something bad to happen in our lives, a health crisis, a loved one being hospitalized or on their deathbed, for us to wake up and say, oh my God, what am I doing? I need to make use of this life and the gifts and potentials and opportunities that I've been granted. And so compared to how hard our parents worked, our work is mind-bendingly almost a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke compared to what our parents had to do, like laboring with their bodies to provide for us. And we have to do what? Make posts, figure things out, do boring things, in the comforts of our
Yeah, remember
home.
when Dad was talking about your brother's job and like he could have choose better or whatever? Like why you were earning 10, like imagine you were earning 10 grand and your expense is also 10 grand.
Yeah.
So you're at the same point.
Yeah, I see. My brother is moving around a lot now, trying to get better and better careers in his engineering path. And Dad was like, but you know, I think that's an old model of being in your comfort
But that
zone.
sometimes it makes sense, honey.
Yeah,
Old
I think in
model
the
comes
past
in
it
the
makes-
all the new things you see. It depends on the old foundation, right?
Yeah.
Like if you are earning how much?
Of course, always live beneath your.
Yeah, like $500, and if your expense is $600,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
Welcome to American economy. No, because of credit cards and buying things on loan and layaway and mortgages. So anyway, this was a very enlightening
Yeah, I'm
conversation.
so looking forward to see
Bro,
how
if
you're
you
working.
want your Mercedes and you want your Cartier that I want for you, and you want the land and you want the flats, you gotta trap this golden goose in a golden cage.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, just like that. So that
How about Golden Goose start listening to me?
okay.
Don't have any opinions. Golden Goose doesn't have opinions, you know that?
The only thing I want to do is just recharge my battery and focus on producing. So recharging the battery looks like working out, sleeping, eating, playing basketball, and getting some fresh air,
Yeah.
and working. I love those videos where it says like locking myself in a room until I achieve.
Or stop picking up calls middle of your work.
Right.
It could be from parents, could be from me. Like you know this call would be depressing, then why you are picking up that call? A call can ruin the whole fucking mood.
Okay, so should I just give you the call?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can send me the screenshot or like honey, like
Okay.
handle this.
Okay,
Talk
because
to them.
if my parents call, I feel the obligation to pick up.
Bro, and then your whole fucking mood is so
Yeah.
Phew. And
They're like, oh, you having a good day?
now let me tell you something.
You think you're somebody? Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. Like if through our teamwork and communications, I'm like, you know, this is the stuff that's draining my energy. I would like to go to sleep earlier and wake up earlier. I'd like to stop eating at this time. I feel like I need more stimulant in the morning to get the day going and the brain fog. Like we'll work through these things. Like I love what you said about like instead of doing morning cardio on the balcony, I can do it at my stand-up desk while I start to get back to messages and under a fan and AC. So
You don't feel tired and
Yeah.
like, so
all right, no, it's this has been one of the most I think breakthrough moments of realizing, hey, what's happening with all the things that you should have, and what's stopping you from having it is like, oh, this guy.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's make that into a great story and continue to work and get better at it as a team partner.
Yeah.
Welcome to the final piece of day 12 as it is 7:30 p.m. and I'm about to go have dinner with the family as we're still here at my parents' place for the final night. I asked my wife what time the driver is coming tomorrow, which is 10 a.m. Gonna take 2 hours to get there, and then I'll be able to start getting into my day. Tomorrow is also gonna be a mess of a day as commuting and getting settled. The day after, though, will be my first full day of being in one place without needing to plan or pack or unpack or any of the moving around mental juggling that I've been doing for the whole start of this challenge, which I am becoming a lot more conscious of what it's going to take for this marathon, not sprint, which has kind of been Alex's whole journey of, he talks about in one video, would you be okay with being 100% sure that you'll be a millionaire in 5 years versus trying to rush and make it in 1 year but failing for year after year after year because you're trying to take the shortcuts as opposed to the for sure path of building upon steady skills, which is what I'm trying to do. Showing up every day, setting up these cameras and documenting this journey, even though it's a mess of things. It takes courage to say, hey, it wasn't a good day, but we're gonna pull through and we're gonna try to make something out of this day. There's just so much going on in this environment that it's hard to get deeper into any meaningful, deep work, what I'm trying to get in the flow of. And this has been quite a challenge. One thing I'm learning a lot of is the relevance of content and exploring the, like, going beyond your specific lane to explore other dimensions of making content. And I realized that I've been boxing myself in. There's so many other dimensions of me, the creative side, the jokester, the philosopher, the thinker that doesn't say a lot of things in front of the camera. And I wonder what it would be like to bring all those dimensions of me in front of the camera and share so many aspects of me, not just the entrepreneurial things that would be valuable, but rather the hot takes and the unique perspectives, the ones that I have deep conversations with my wife and other friends about life and the meaning of money and the drivers of human behavior and what makes my life meaningful and structuring my day as opposed to these lofty end goals of destinations, of achievements, of public success, and what it means to have private success. And those are the things that really light me up inside. And so as we wrap up about 3 hours and 50 minutes today, it's just been all building up to more and more of the realization of what I need to implement and how far I am from someone who does succeed. Just being aware of not putting in enough hours. That has been a wonderful realization, that if I felt this sense of busyness and drowning in feeling like I'm always doing something, and it can feel like that because we're always on our phone replying back or feeling overwhelmed. I'm trying to now create separations of when I work, I will work. When I don't work, I won't feel as busy or trying to do one little thing here or there, because then it creates this sense of the whole day was exhausting as opposed to work sessions and non-work periods. And then working up the stamina to go for 4 hours at a time, and then 6, and then a whole day of 8 hours, which right now I haven't done, and then 10 hours. And I was, just admiring my father for having done 2 8-hour shifts on his feet, and how far away I am from that, and what it would do to my online business and branding, and the micro efforts that lead to the macro results, all those down in the dirt work as opposed to living in the clouds of wanting to become a millionaire. It comes from the roots of doing the day-to-day grind, and that is where I want to find joy and the gamification and the beautiful philosophy, as Alex is a philosopher, reads a lot of ancient philosophers' ways of thinking. And so I know he would know the story of Sisyphus, and at the end of the story of the myth of Sisyphus, which is the guy pushing up the boulder to the top of the mountain and it rolling back, and then the next day he has to do it all over again, kind of meaningless from the outside, but he has to find meaning in it because that is his life for eternity. And so the end of that story, the last line, I'll leave you with that, which is, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. I'll see you on the next.